Hi guys, welcome back to Melly Diary. It's your girl Melly, as per usual. Welcome back to my channel. Today's a little bit different on the channel. I am getting ready to go to my annual conference that I mentioned in the last video. So the conference is normally upstate New York. This time around it is in Saratoga. So we're going to be reporting there on the 7th, Tuesday, and then we'll be there up until the 11th. Yes, so I changed position because the lines were in my face. So as I said, I am at home. I'm getting prepared for my training that I have in upstate New York. So basically, by now you guys know I'm a recruiter. I recruit for the U.S. Army. More direct, I recruit for the U.S. Army National Guard of New York. It's called the New York Army National Guard, right? For most countries or most people, that's like not America. You guys have like different branches, or you just call everybody a soldier. In the United States, we have 6 branches currently officially, right? First branch is the Army. Then you have the Air Force. Then you have the Navy. So 3, Navy. Then you have the Coast Guard. Then you also have the Marines. And then we just recently added a new one, which is the Space Force, right? So I'm a part of the U.S. Army. That's my branch, right? In America, our branches actually function as branches. It's not like in other countries where everybody just goes together and do a thing. We have like separate goals and separate like reasons. So you guys are gonna see stuff on the bed. So while I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna be multitasking. I'm gonna be packing my bag because I need to pack for a conference. So I didn't want to just be standing up and talking to the camera. I want to actually pack for a conference. So I want to explain to you guys a little bit more about the military because I know people are interested to find that out. So I want to use this video to tell you guys about the military. So I always get inboxes, messages about qualifications for the military. One of the big things is people are always asking me if they could join while they're still in Jamaica or while they're like not in America, they're not American residents, they're not American citizens. So I want to clear that up for you guys. So I'm going to go through exactly what the requirements are to join the United States military overall, right? The first thing is, for the Army, you have to be 17 to 35 years old in order to qualify to join. However, if you're above 35, 42 or less, so 35 to 42 years old, you can apply for something that's called an age waiver. It's a request to get a special, like they're allowing you to join even though you've passed the ideal age, which is 17 years old to 35 years old, right? So first thing we went through, the age 17 to 35, age waiver is possible up to 42 years old, right? Then the next step is you have to be in a certain weight scale. So that is decided by your height and your age. So everybody has a different BMI. So the military goes off a BMI roster, body mass index roster, as to where you need to be for your age and your height. That is also a requirement as well. After that, we have the next thing, your physical makeup. So the military want people who are physically okay, like you're in your top tier health. So you can't have any chronic illness that you're taking medication for. That is an automatic disqualifier, right? If you're taking medication for anything, it's an automatic disqualification. So that's along the line of examples of things are like, say you have high blood pressure, hypertension, say you are taking medication that you have to take daily for that, or you have diabetes, you're taking medication you have to take daily. That is also something that will disqualify you from the military, and all other ailments that you take medication for daily. Why is this so? In training, we're literally not authorized to take any medication because it's a training environment. Over 1,000 soldiers are training at any given time. Pills are like, a little bit of, so not want medication to be in their training areas. They're trying to prevent many things, right? So they want you at your top tier best health. So that's it. So we do a physical screening on you. We check your eyes, your ears. We check your physical build up to make sure everything's in the correct spot, everything works, all that, to verify and validate that you're good to go, right? That's the first thing. They also do other intricate medical stuff, but it just falls all under physical readiness. Like, you just have to be physically ready, not be too overweight, not have any sickness that you take medication for, just like be okay. After that, we tap into law violations, right? You will ask you, hey, have you been arrested before? If you have been arrested, what type of arrest is it? And do you have the disposition from the court telling us that these charges were dismissed, or what was the verdict, or what was the charges altogether? So if you have crazy things like felonies, anything that related to like children, sex, anything of that sort, any domestic violence cases or anything like that, it's an automatic disqualifier. Little small stuff like altercation, assault, like stealing or stuff, to certain limit, it's probably workable, but those things are also things that we assess as well. So you need to be good as it relates to like a criminal background, not have one, or if you do have one, it needs to be like not insane things. So after the law violation stuff, we will move on to education. In order to qualify for the Army, you need to have at least a high school diploma. So you must have graduated high school or have the equivalent, which is a GED in America, to be able to qualify for the Army, right? So when you're from a different country, we also take you from a different country. However, you need to provide us with your high school diploma. If you're from Africa, there's they have a exam board that will provide us with verification. So we will need to do that with African applicants. For Jamaicans or majority of the Caribbeans, they would request a CXC exam, the CXC proof of paper that show your grades, just to add to your high school diploma to show that you've graduated high school, right? So minimum a high school diploma. Good. After that, we ask you your marital status. So we ask you if you're married or you're single, you're divorced, whatever it is. You'll know why we ask that soon. The next thing we want to know is if you have other dependents. Do you have children? How much children you have? Because in the Army regulation, if you're married and you have under 2 kids, you're good to go. However, if you're not married and you have children, you would need something that's called a family care plan, right? Because we need to make sure that when you're in training or when you get called for military duties, your kids are taken care of, right? So there's that. After that, we have something that we check that, right? If you're somebody who has 2 or more kids, you automatically will need a family care plan, because the military seen it as, okay, you have 2 or more children, this is a lot of children to go around, like this will require you to tell us that you have somebody who is willing and capable to secure these children while you're in training, while you're on military duties. You will be taking care of them financially, but this person will be in the present to represent you and make sure the kids are okay, right? That is it. The next major thing now is your citizenship status. You have to be a green card holder that have 6 months or more remaining on their green card, or you have to be an American citizen. No if, no buts, no maybe. So I know a lot of stuff has been going around, like, because the border stuff with America, and also just people are just being here like on student visa and stuff, and they're hearing that they possibly can join the military. I'm here today to clear it up. It's all false. In order to join the United States military armed forces, you have to be a green card holder with 6 months or more remaining on your green card, or be an American citizen. No if, no buts, no maybe. I believe years ago when 9/11, we had something in place where you could join and we will give you your documents. That's not a thing anymore, because right now we're not in time of war. America is not in time of war, we're in time of hostility. So we don't need to make any special, changes or special things to facilitate anybody enlisting, because we don't have a need or a burning issue where we need a lot of people in the armed forces. So I hope that clears up stuff for people, because I've been getting a lot of questions about that. At minimum, you have to have a green card. You must be a resident in the United States at minimum in order to join the military, right? So I hope you guys are abreast. Those are what I just listed are all the things that is required for you to be able to apply to join the armed forces, right? After that, now let's get into the steps in joining. So there's 3 steps in joining the Army. The first step is you take an ASVAB. That is the military test. It's an aptitude test. It has 9 parts, right? It's basically general knowledge. They say the test is made for a 17-year-old to test your general knowledge. So it's math, English, science, paragraph comprehension, some shop questions, some mechanical questions like screwdrivers, parts of vehicles and stuff. We will basically give you this aptitude test and you will rank on a percentile scale. In order to qualify for the Army, you need to be in the 31st percentile or higher, right? So it's not a percentage test, it's a percentile test. So basically they're looking at the scope of people who've taken the exam and they grade your intellectual level on a scale and then they rank you in percentile scale. You need to be on the 31st percentile or higher in order to qualify. However, we have a program that's called the 09 Mic program, where if you have a 21 or higher, not 31, below 31, but you have to be 21 or higher, we can still put you in the military, but you have to first go to a training that teaches you the ASVAB, teaches you how to pass the ASVAB, pass that ASVAB, and then we'll send you on to the rest of your training, right? So that is how the first step works. You have to take the test. You must pass with a 31 or higher or 21 or higher, and then you're in the 09 Mic program. So after the first step of the test, the next step is the physical. You literally go to our military installation processing center. It's called MEPS, right? When you go there, you'll go through a series of stations on a medical floor where they ask you medical questions. They will look at your body. They will examine you to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything is working, right? They'll make you do a little movements like this to make sure your joints work. They make you do a little bend down, touch your toe to ensure that your spine is good. Little maneuvers, and they also take your blood. They test for marijuana. They test for cocaine. They test for HIV. They also take your pee, right? So after you do this, you do your eye test, your blood pressure, your height and weight is done here as well. We do a series of physical tests to ensure that you're okay. Not like workout, but like meaning they make you go through physical stations. Like you're going to do an eye test, an ear test. You're gonna do your heart. They're gonna test to make sure your heart, listen to your heart to make sure you're good to go. They examine you by like touching your belly and stuff like that. So after that, right? After that step, guys, you now move on to the final step. If you pass the test, you pass the physical, the last step is enlistment. At this step, you will be given some jobs that you qualify. So remember I mentioned the test. When you do the test tells us what jobs you qualify for. So the recruiter will then present these job choices to you. You will research them and give the recruiter your top 3 jobs that you like, right? When you selected the job, now we know that we can send you back to this processing center to now contract in this job. So you'll go back to the same base, go back to that same building, but on a different floor. You will go lock in your job, lock in your training date, and then swear in to the United States Army. That is the final step to enlistment, right? At that point, you're now a soldier in the United States Army. Good. So little points that I need to just tack in, that I'm going to be done with you guys. So when you join, right, the regulation states that you have up to 4 months before you have to go to training. So you need to go to training within a 4-month period, unless you're a high school junior or a senior. Those are like a different cases. Other than that, everyone has to leave to go to basic training within 4 months. Basic training is literally where you go to be a soldier. That training is 10 weeks long. That's 2 months and 2 weeks long, right? We have 4 locations in the United States that has basic training. after you go to basic training, the next day after you graduate, you have to go to your AIT training. That is your advanced training, right? Advanced individual training is where you learn your job in the military. Like every soldier has a job title. Like I'm a 91 Delta, I'm a generator mechanic, and I'm also an information tech specialist, an IT specialist, right? That's a 25 Bravo. And since recently, I have officially earned another MOS, which is called a 79 Tango. That is a recruiting and retention NCO. That is what I am. I'm a career recruiter, right? So you have to go to these schools to acquire these accolades and to acquire these job titles. So that's called AIT, Advanced Individual Training. That is where now, after you leave basic and graduate, you go to that training. That training can be anywhere from 3 months to a year because it depends on your job. Each job have a length of job training. So before you sign your contract, you'll actually know how long you're going to be gone for in training. So that is literally the steps in joining and literally what the next steps after joining is. So you'd go to school, and then when you finish, you're graduated as a soldier in the United States military. One last thing that's a big thing as an immigrant, right? When you join the military as a green card holder, the Army waives all requirements required for you to be a citizen. They put in your citizenship documents for free, and you just go and swear in and become a United States citizen. After you graduate both trainings, or even after you graduate basic for some, right? So that is a major benefit, and that is actually the reason why I am standing here today as a soldier. I was in my college and I saw a poster saying expedited citizenship, and that was how I was like, where at? Sign me up. Because I didn't want to wait for the 5 years that people have to wait as green card holders to file for citizenship. I wanted to be a citizen in record time. That actually happened. I became a citizen 2 months after joining. So October, I went to training, and by January 12, I was a citizen of the United States. I didn't have to pay that heavy $900 fee or around that amount to become a citizen. The Army made me a citizen. So that is a key benefit in joining the military. We have many other benefits that probably in the future I'll get into, but I wanted to share these key stuff with you guys just to clarify and help you guys along the way if you're watching, and for your family members and stuff, so you could tell them I 100% support joining the military. It is definitely a stepping stone in life. It should not be a last resort, because the military is a lifestyle. You have to want this lifestyle. You have to be okay to adapt to this lifestyle, but it's the best thing I could have ever done. I absolutely love it, and I have zero regrets in joining. I hope you guys feel like I've given you enough information. If you have any specific questions, you can inbox me, or you can comment under this video and I will reply to you. Everybody has special cases and stuff. You could hit me up and I will let you know. So as I said, guys, I hope I did my due diligence in putting you guys on in this military game and how you could join the Army. I don't know the kind of detailed process for other branches, but I will make another video differentiating the branches at some point. So before I end this vlog, I want you guys to look into my hair. So guys, I bought this wig on IC Hair. I think it's called, right? IC Hair, I think. And I literally went into my mirror, I called my soldier, and I'm like, I need you to help me to put on this closure wig. So I put on this closure wig on my head last night because I had drill this morning and I wanted to take down my braids, because never mind, he's gonna tell me not to put on the internet because my husband don't like when my hair look bad. So yeah, but he's gonna claim that's a lie. But anyway, so I took down my hair and I got this, right? I have this hairdo. I put on the closure. As for a first timer, I think I did good. I'm gonna go to my hairdresser tomorrow just so she can look at it and see what she could do for me, and probably cut it shorter so I can wear it as a bob at annual training. Because right now this is not in regs. I can't wear this because it's sitting on my shoulder. So in order for me to wear it, I would need to sit down and cut it off my shoulder in a seated position, which I probably will do. But again, Thank you guys for joining me on Melly Diary. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm gonna go ahead and pack this suitcase for my annual training that I have upstate New York. Guys, please like, share, and comment. Don't let me tell you this twice. Thank you for all the feedback from my last video. I adore you guys. I was happy to share that, to share my testimony, to share my recap, and also to share my future plan. God bless you guys. Heaven keep you. I will see you on the next vlog next week. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Add me on Instagram at Jamai Queen. Remember, Melly Diary, if your friend is not following me, and your mom, your dad, your sister, you're doing me a disservice. Take their phone and follow me. Subscribe to my channel. Get me to my goal of 500, please and thank you. I will see you guys next week. Oh, before I go, I use my DJI camera. So my Osmo DJI pocket camera, I think it's 3, whatever it's called, I'll put it here, but that's what I'm using. So I hope you guys like it. Please let me know how you feel about the quality. I have a mic that I didn't use today because I didn't charge it because it's new. It's my Christmas gift from Odane. I will use the mic next time, but let me know what you guys thought about the quality of the video, and let me know how I did with this first ever closure install that I put in on my head. Please let me know. Thank you guys for joining me. It's your girl Mel on Melly Diary. I will see you. Bye. Toodles.